You're watching NTC News, DeKalb County's only television news source, on the campus of Northern Illinois University and from the Northern Television Center. This is NTC News Tonight.
NIU health officials are telling us to be on the watch for moms. Good evening, I'm Janelle Corona. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Aaron Barogan. The university has sent out a campus-wide alert that an NIU student has tested positive for the mumps virus. If you've been vaccinated, the risk of getting it is low. But NTC's Emily Beebe tells us that the student in this case is creating extra concern because he's a varsity athlete.
Here at the Cheswick Center, student athletes are taking extra precautions after finding out that a student on campus has the mumps. NTC has learned that the student on campus who has mumps is an NIU varsity football player. The university will not confirm who that student is, but what we do know is that last week, members of the football team were instructed by the team trainer to clean out their lockers as a health precaution. They were told the locker room needed to be deep cleaned so that the mumps virus doesn't spread. The players were told to wash their hands often and watch out for symptoms of mumps. We had a chance to talk to the acting head of University Health Services about what precautions students should be taking.
Basically, there's just 5 things. Mumps is a respiratory illness. Basically, just cover your hands and mouth when you're coughing, sneezing. Be sure and always wash your hands. Soap and water is the best thing. Do not eat or share food or utensils with anybody else. Keep away from close contact with anybody who has any kind of a respiratory illness, including the flu, and never touch your eyes or your mouth.
As of now, we haven't heard of any more students getting the mumps, and NIU football practice is continuing to go on as normal. In DeKalb, Emily Beebe, NTC News.
Thanks, Emily. A city known for its corn production might see lower numbers this year. A fungal disease from Latin America is infecting some of DeKalb's corn crop this year. The tar spot fungus was found by Monsanto breeders and pathologists. It has been found on crop from DeKalb, LaSalle, and Bureau counties. It grows in cooler, wetter climates and likely blew in with the wind.
DeKalb will be making some changes at the former LA Tan will be home to a new restaurant. An investment property plans to demolish the vacant LA Tan building to build a Popeyes on Lincoln Highway. It is currently seeking zoning permissions to continue moving forward. The restaurant is projected to start after the winter weather comes to an end and will be opening its doors in May 2016.
3M has begun its $40 million expansion project. Developers plan to build a distribution center which will be 980,000 square feet next to 3M's Macomb Drive facility. DeKalb County Economic Development Corporation Executive Director says the entire project should be complete in August.
The DeKalb Park District is closing a dog park for construction. Katz Park is close to complete the final phases of construction. Fences will be installed around the large and small dog park areas. Water fountains with bottle fillers, built-in bowls for the dogs, and hose spigot will also be put in. A concrete area with areas with water runoff and sandboxes to be put into for dogs who like to dig.
Once home to many people, the Evergreen Village mobile home will soon be a picnic spot. 123 mobile homes were demolished and some of the interior roadways removed for the hopes of a parking area, trailhead, picnic area, fishing pond, hiking, and cross-country ski trails. The county officials are currently in the early stages for the future site.
Evergreen Village, everybody's been cleared out. Every trailer's been demolished at this stage. Also, we've got it to where it's all open space now. Our staff has mowed the grass area, so everything looks very clean.
From one eyesore to the next into the Kishwaukee River.
And some of the items they found might surprise you. NTC reporter Darwin Minnis shows us how gross the river really is.
Grab your rubber boots, waders, garbage bags, and get ready to jump in. This is the Clean the Kish event.
I'm really excited by the number of people that were willing to give up a Saturday morning to get up and to be out here.
An event hosted by the NIU Adventure Club and the DeKalb Park District aimed at keeping one of DeKalb's most important public resources alive.
Yeah, that the Kish is the home to a lot of endangered species, and it's a really valuable resource for our community.
28 endangered species call the Kishwaukee home, a river that is classified as a Class A stream, meaning that for now at least, animals and people have safe water to swim in. But for how long that lasts may be unknown. Plastic bottles, beer cans, chairs, and this are just some of the things pulled out of the river during the event, all human pollution.
What we've actually been picking up is all of like beer bottles and
plastic bags, plastic containers, pretty much anything plastic and or glass, yeah. So
which is unfortunate of our college students on their own campus.
Yeah.
While some people may litter, there's a large amount of people fighting to clean up after them. Over 90 people attended Clean the Kish, just a small amount of the 175,000 people who volunteered on National Public Lands Day.
We're cleaning up the land that we have here, and we're enjoying the land that we have. We need to preserve it for the next generation and be able to take care of it, and it's through events like this that we're able to do that.
The club says they hope to hold more events like this in the future. This is Darwin Minnis, NTC News in DeKalb.
Thanks, Darwin. Temperatures don't seem to be warm enough to jump into the river today.
Emery Danis is out at our weather station now.
It is pretty chilly out today with these overcast skies, but luckily we don't have those gusty winds like we did last week. Tomorrow will be warmer than today, and we might even see some sunshine. So for Tuesday, we'll see temperatures generally in the lower 70s across the northern Illinois area with partly cloudy conditions. To hear about a possibility of rain in the near future, stay with us. You're watching NTC News Tonight. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all making the best of this gloomy day. It seems like we haven't seen the sunshine quite some time now, but luckily at least we're still pretty warm. High of about 66 degrees today, near normal for this time of year. And overnight tonight we should expect a low of about 53 degrees. If you were out there today, you'd probably saw those overcast skies and felt that humidity 85%. I know my hair was very frizzy earlier this morning due to that fact. Now taking a look at the larger scale, we're not really seeing much going on in our area. Some clouds, we do have the rain to the northeast of us, but what we want to pay attention to is this low up in Canada and associated cold front, because this, as we move into Tuesday, will start coming towards our area. Little high pressure around us, again, possibility for some sunshine on Tuesday. And then that cold front will continue to move further down as we go into Wednesday. Then later on this week into Thursday, we will see that cold front going through and possibly bringing some rain with it on Thursday. Taking it back to tonight, we'll see mostly cloudy conditions, an overnight low of about 53 degrees, and we do have some fog possible after 2 a.m. That fog will continue into Tuesday morning and possibly burning off in the early morning hours. Then for the day, we will see partly sunny conditions with a high of about 71 degrees. Light winds, it should be a pretty day out there on Tuesday. And then for Tuesday night, partly cloudy conditions, an overnight low of about 54 degrees. Then let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. Again, for Tuesday, we'll see partly cloudy conditions, high of about 71 degrees. Then Wednesday and Thursday, high near 73 degrees. But remember, as that cold front is going to pass through our area, on Thursday we do have that possibility for rain. And then going into Friday and Saturday, jumping down 10 degrees, more than 10 degrees to 61 degrees on Friday and a high of 64 on Saturday. Those sunny skies hopefully will continue into next week. That's all for weather. Let's send it back to the desk.
Records showed this past September as one of the warmest in Illinois history.
And the stalemate on the state's budget is still causing problems. Here are today's state lines.
The State Water Survey reported last month being the 9th warmest September on record for Illinois. The research shows that the average statewide temperature in September was 70.2 degrees. That's 4 degrees higher than average. The warmest September on record for Illinois came in 1933.
The budget for emergency call organizations across the state aren't receiving tax revenue. The money for the call centers comes from tax on cell phone users. Governor Bruce Rauner has not released any further details on the budget.
A nonprofit group has filed another complaint in federal court as part of its plan to stop filmmaker George Lucas from building a museum along Lake Michigan in Chicago. Friends of the park's protests question the lease agreement that the Chicago Park District signed with Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. The agreement gives the Lucas Museum a 99-year lease on the lakefront property for $10.
The Archdiocese of Chicago says it removed a Roman Catholic priest because of an inappropriate relationship with an adult man. Rev. Marco Mercado was dismissed as the rector of the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Des Plaines. And those are the state lines.
Some folks in South Carolina are being rescued today.
And Umpqua Community College opened their doors today after the massive shooting. Here's what's happening in today's World Watch.
Russia's military campaign has taken lead in Syria. Reports show that in the last 24 hours, it has hit 9 ISIS targets. Diplomatic tension between Turkey and Russia has increased after Ankara sent its jets to hijack a Russian warplane. Turkey has released a warning.
In Guatemala, officials say that at least 131 people have been killed and more than 300 are still missing after a massive landslide. Dozens of homes were buried after a hill collapsed Thursday night near Guatemala City. Locals and rescue workers have been digging through mud and debris.
South Carolina is dealing with a record amount of rain. In addition to flooding problems, all of the water is bringing down trees. More than 200 water rescues took place over the weekend. The South Carolina Emergency Management Division reported 315 car accidents and more than 750 calls for assistance. Search and rescue operations started today in Columbia.
Umpqua Community College reopened its doors to faculty, staff, and students today. Students retrieved items left behind last Thursday when they fled to their lives as the shooter opened fire, killing 9 people. Counselors were available for those who needed them. Classes and events will resume until next Monday. And that's today's World Watch.
Welcome to NTC Sports. I'm Ryan Mack. The Chicago Bears finally pulled in their first win of the season against the Oakland Raiders over the weekend. They needed this one bad since they've been off to a real terrible start. Let's see what happens in that game. 0-0 in the first. Jake Cutler gets the ball and throws a rocket up the field to Bears' Eddie Royal. He runs it in for a 7-yard touchdown. The extra point for this, 6 points, to be blocked on that drive. Now Raiders up 14-6 in the second, and a pass to Martellus Bennett, wide open, dancing in the end zone. That's a good 7 points for the Bears. Now quarterback Derek Carr pitches back to Latavius Murray. He drops it with that fumble, and the Bears will recover that ball. Now 7 seconds left, and Robbie Gould attempts a 49-yard field goal. He puts that one between the posts, makes it, and Bears go on to win 22-20. Moving over to Major League Baseball, the Chicago Cubbies finished a 3-game sweep against the Milwaukee Brewers on Sunday. Chicago staying strong before their wild card game with the Pirates on Wednesday. Let's look at how Sunday's game ended.
See what he does, 1 and 2
Top of the first, 0-0, and Anthony Rizzo with a shot to the right side of the field. He will put 2 runners in, and Chicago will be up 2-0. Now 3-0. Chicago up, and Shane Peterson cranks one deep into left field for the Brewers. This bounces over the fence, ruled a ground rule double, and Milwaukee's get a run on the score. But not much in the game after that. Travis Wood in the 9th throws down the heat and strikes out the Brewers. Chris Davis, the Cubs will win that 3-1. Now moving to the NFL for a powerful tackle. This is today's play of the day. Late in the third quarter, Giants with the ball. A handoff now to Rashad Jennings, and Mario Williams power slams Jennings into the ground. Let's look at the replay on that one. Wow, what a tackle. I think professional wrestling is hiring after that one. And that is today's play of the day. That's all for sports. Emily Beebe will be back with more on Wednesday.
Huntington! Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, where's that bear?
Organizers say it's one of the most photographed events in the world.
And with the beautiful skies of New Mexico in the background, I am sure millions of photos were taken. Thousands of spectators traveled from around the world to gather in the launch field Saturday for the first mass ascension of the 44th annual Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. The 9-day event kicked off at dawn with more than 500 balloons representing dozens of states and nearly 20 different countries registered this year. Each balloon had a live webcam to capture every moment of the event.
A balloon fiesta wouldn't be the brightest idea for us with all the wind we've been having.
Let's go out to Emery Danand for a recap on the weather.
Once again, Tuesday will be a nice day, so let's hope those clouds will give way to some sunshine later in the day.
NTC News Tonight is produced and directed by students here at Northern Illinois University. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.
Goodbye, everyone.